On today's episode of WatchJRGo, the thing we've all been waiting for, new garage doors. What is going on, guys? I am WatchJRGo, and today we are here for one of the things I'm most excited about. We've talked about it a lot. Apparently I left my safety glasses out here, but it's time to get garage doors to fill this giant hole on the front of the house and that other one that had that old fiberglass door. So obviously we're about to rip all of this out of here. The garage door guys are on the way, but one of you guys made an important note, and I actually have to do something about this. In the comments you said, we usually put a 2x6 in the center so you have something to mount the garage door rail to. And I was like, God, the garage door rail doesn't matter because we're doing side openers. You still have to mount the middle of the spring. So I do need to get up there and shoot a 2x6 in, and we'll put some screws through it. And then we'll have plenty of support for our new torsion springs, because we're getting rid of these old tension springs. I really hate those things. It's just, they have such a tendency for a cable to come loose or the end of the spring to break or something like that. And then they fling out and your car's totaled. So that's the thing I don't like. I can't have either of the cars that sit in here getting ruined. It would be devastating, especially Grandpa's truck. So those are all going away, and we'll have nice torsion springs. So hopefully by the end of the day, we have new doors up here. And as soon as those doors are in, well, we already pulled the power, and all we need to do is drill a hole to get the AC for the garage going. And this will, you know, it's pretty well insulated too, so it should hold temp really well, and the new doors will solve all the rest of that. And then a couple days from now, we're gonna talk about how we're not gonna use MyQ, because I get it. MyQ is very contentious right now. They're pretty hostile towards all of their users, kind of destroying the whole service. Well, we have a fix for that too, and it's on its way. It's just still shipping. Okay, I got this corner cleaned up, even though I'm pretty sure they're gonna start on the much easier door replacement than the one we're fabricating here from scratch. And I got our 2x6 in the center, so now we've got a place to mount everything. And hopefully here in the next few minutes they show up and we get somehow 2 doors done today. I don't know how that's gonna happen. Maybe we're staying here all night. I'm down for whatever, just wanna get the doors done. That's all that matters to me. I'm only saying this because it's currently 3 p.m. and they're not even here yet to start. So I don't know how much is actually gonna get done. It may be a 2-3 day deal at this point, but I just hope that we're staying here till the job's done. Well, it's been a couple hours and things have changed drastically here in the garage. There's a little bit left that they're finishing up in the morning on this door right here. But other than that, this is absolutely amazing. I'm in love with these doors, guys. Check it out. I still have to hide all the wires. That's why they're all just hanging by the door over there. But it looks incredible. I actually kind of like the glass too. But unfortunately, I don't want people to see in, so we're frosting over the glass. Probably tonight. I'm probably gonna go measure these, get the vinyl cutter going, and then pre-cut these sections and come lay them in. But just like we talked about, 16x7 right here with the windows in it, and white on the inside, black on the outside. The new LiftMaster openers hanging out up there, the 98022s, and better high lift track all the way up at the ceiling. They're not completely done with the other one yet, that's why it looks weird, but like I said, tomorrow morning. And then over here, an 8x7, a standard door with the glass. The glass is so cool. It's kind of nice just walking out and having a nicely framed view of the outside. Let's go outside, speaking of that, and take a look at these things. The amount of work that had to happen to get this done today was absolutely insane. We had 4 or 5 guys over here working like crazy. Eric was over here working with me because we had to finish our finish framing over here so they could get the seals in for this door and just a bunch of stuff like that. So it's finally all done. This door will slide in just a little bit to kind of finish it and get it flush with the seals, but for now it's in, which is all that matters. And Eric and I will finish the trim out at another time. But with that said, take a look at the difference. Whoo, it's so much better than that old fiberglass door. I am absolutely in love with it. And we're ready for HVAC, of course. And not only that, we're ready for that. Here we go. This is quick. Properly quick. That 10-foot I have takes way too long to open. But this one, now obviously I have a lot of cleanup to do tonight. I do want to get basically everything done and ready for when they get back here. I probably need to shove all the insulation back in. Obviously the sensor wiring needs to get run through. And we also decided we were gonna rip all the plywood off the wall because for some reason they stopped sheetrocking above the old garage door. And you can see through the window, there's sheets of plywood up there. So we're gonna rip all that plywood down and I'll use it so I can get my sensor wires down around the doors. And then we'll put sheetrock back. It should have been sheetrock all along and it'll look way, way better once it is. The worst part about it is they nailed that wood up there and what a nightmare. I mean, we probably spent 40 minutes just cutting it with the oscillating saw so we could get the 2x4s in that they wanted added to clean up the framing. So we had to add a bunch of wood. We had to change a bunch of wood today. The new door that we built, all we had to do was add these 2x4s. It was no big deal, and I figured we would. But over here on the old door, the wood was pulling away from the framing of the house. It was all leaned down. It had a bunch of stress on it, and it was too short for the high lift tracks because these are high lifted doors. They go all the way to the ceiling. So once the garage door guys got here, they were like, hey, these 2x4s have to go away and they have to go all the way to the ceiling. So it took a minute to rip those out and get some new ones cut down, but it took a long time to get all the new wood they wanted around all of our trim in there. It was probably an extra hour or so, and it would have been enough time for them to finish this, but it was just too much that all came together to get us to the point we're at right now, which is not done, but really, really close. So with that said, I'm gonna jump in here and keep putting things back together, cleaning things up. Obviously the door opener is running on an extension cord, as they always are when you first hook them up, but soon we'll actually pull in power and set outlets up there, right beside each opener. So you've got a means of disconnection, and of course there's no cord running across your floor. It's the next day, Jake and I are here, and we're gonna do the last important thing with these doors, because it just needed to go in this video, honestly, and I'm very excited about it, and that is frosting the glass. Now you can order these doors with frosted glass, it's no problem. In fact, they wanted me to. They probably wanted me to because it adds $1,200 per door. They literally have a line item, $300 per pane to frost the glass. Well, obviously I used to own a sign company and it's about $300 for a complete roll of frosted film made of actual crushed glass. So we're just gonna frost it. So it's gonna cost me about $100 in material, maybe even a little bit less, to frost them all versus $2,400 extra dollars for these doors. So we've got it all cut. I went home, I measured, it's 38 by 13. I added an 1/8 all the way around. And our game plan is to clean up these windows, kind of slide one corner in, and we'll get this all set, and then we'll cut the top and one side because that's where all of our excess will land, and we should be ready to rock and roll. So over here in the back of the truck, we've got our vinyl set up here. This is our crushed glass, and this is some glass cleaner, obviously, and a little bit of slip solution, which is literally water with 1 drop of Dawn in it, and it should be a pretty fun job here. All right, so our game plan here, uh-oh, we barely have enough slip, huh? It keeps static clinging to the window right when I get to where I want to be. I know I can be what I want to be. Okay, I think it's going to end up going something like that, unfortunately. I thought I was going to have a little bit more leeway to play with here. But it's covered. Yeah. That's frosted. It's frosty. Shh, this is gonna be a little bit trickier of an install than I thought. Because I thought I'd be able to like perfectly lay the edges and start from the bottom, but it's tough to start from the bottom. We got a lot of liquid to push out of here, that's for sure.
That's what I was telling Hoovie to do with his fireplace.
Oh yeah?
They were looking at real
sandblasted glass.
real stone or fake stone or sandblasted fake stone. And the sandblasted fake stone was like $1,000 a panel more than the real.
Absolutely.
Or than the smooth. And I was like, just get the smooth and put some, you know, frosted vinyl wrap on it.
Yeah, the frosted vinyl is perfect. You can't tell the difference.
I do agree with April. The shiny fake rock looked terrible.
I believe that.
Way too reflective.
Let's see. Yeah. I might not even have to trim this.
No, it looks...
It's kind of laying out perfect.
Yeah.
A lot of water to chase out of it, but... Oh, that side I just got lined up right. That water's coming right out. Oop.
Satisfying.
Squirt.
Oh my goodness.
It's spraying everywhere. And didn't know we were getting wet installing this. Oh well. I figured I'd wet install it because it's just a lot easier when you need to cut to size on the substrate.
It is crazy satisfying too.
Yeah, buddy. Oh, I might have to lift this edge. Things got a little wild in here. Things got a little bit more wild than I was expecting. Come on. There we go. Now we're good. There's one little bubble. I'm gonna fix it.
Is that a bubble or is that garbage?
Yeah, it's where the squeegee caught it and folded it. So a little touch with the torch and then I'll slide it in and it'll be fixed. Fixed forever. So that's about all there is to it. We just have to repeat this many times. Plus I only made 4 of them because if I was wrong, I did not want to waste 25 foot of material when I could just waste 10 or 15 or something. These are, yeah, like I said, 38 by 18. You end up wasting a lot of material if you're wrong anywhere. It took a little bit longer to apply one panel than I was expecting, but we now have the frost gloss. Inside it looks frosty, outside it looks like glass with frost inside it. So it's really cool, it's a good look, and it's perfect. You can't see in it all, so we get all the privacy, all the light, and nobody can see inside, which is ideal. I love the glass. Gotta have that privacy. Well, we've got one door frosted, and now that I know my sizing works, I'll go home and run one more run of all of these. It was nice to pre-cut them. We could have obviously just sprayed a ton of liquid on and cut them on the surface, but it's a lot easier when you at least cut it small enough to fit inside the inset there, so you're not fighting the vinyl in. So that worked out pretty well. Let's go outside, take a look at this. Obviously, love the privacy, love that you can still see the light and the green and everything outside. And the fact that people can't just see them from the street anymore. Even with that one still being glass temporarily, you still can't see in. Here's the difference from the street. You can't really see anything. If you get up close, you can see Jake, but it's mostly the fact that you can't see anything with the reflections. Over here though, it is problem solved. So I need to go buy some 1x. We'll finish trimming that out, putting our brick mold on, and we're done, ready for paint. Ready for paint. Woo-wee. Now you know, if somebody gives you a crazy quote for garage door glass, just do it yourself. It's really not that big of a deal. If you're not ordering wholesale vinyl, like I usually do from a big sign shop like Feller's or something, you can usually get the frosted glass from like Metro Restyling in smaller chunks. There you have it. The dream garage is starting to take shape just the way I thought it would. I know sometimes it's kind of hard to envision what I'm seeing in my head because we don't have like 3D renders or a designer or anyone doing this. I just go look at houses. I'm like, that looks pretty cool. We should do something like that and just change it up till it works on ours. So obviously that's what we've been doing. And personally, I think it's kind of working here. Loving the doors so far, having the cars inside, it makes it look pretty complete. When they finish getting this door all wrapped up tomorrow, we should be ready to rock and roll. So super pumped about where we're at right now, and here in a few, the dream garage will be dreamy. Sheetrock paint, 4 more outlets. It's hard to number all those now. And metal shelves all the way around, and we're done out here. We got to get the air conditioner in. So there's like 7 things left to do on the dream garage build, but it's getting close and I am starting to get really pumped. I think this will be the first room done on the house and I won't have to do anything else out here for years and years and years. The one thing I do need to do is figure out what kind of TV we're going to put on the wall and cut in 1 more box and add 1 more outlet. I keep forgetting, but we'll get it all done. And hopefully it doesn't take too many more days to get the whole dream garage build done. Anyway, there you go. Vantage doors, they weren't crazy expensive, $5,000 installed, plus all the other work, labor, brickwork. So it was probably almost $10,000 to add a door and change them both. It's a little bit of money, but it changed the house completely. So if you want to do something like that, that's about what it'll take, as long as you find a garage door guy that's reasonable to work with and some brick guys that were really cheap. So that is it for today, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to head on over to shop.watchjrgo.com for cool shirts just like this. And please like, share, subscribe, do whatever you want to do. And I will talk to you next time. Eric was over here cutting concrete for like an hour just to get all of the wood to finally fit where it needed to go, because the brick guys kind of roughed it in, but didn't even really finish roughing it in. So he had to rough that in while I was doing all this wood, and that was a whole thing. Everything in here is covered in concrete dust. So the next few months we'll be wiping everything down, trying to get the dust back out of here. Of course, a lot of sheetrock work's gonna happen first, so it's only gonna get worse. I did finally get all the trash out of here. Took it over to Hoovie's dumpster, so shout out to Tyler for letting me use this dumpster to throw away that walk door and the frame to that walk door, all that stuff. Everything else went back inside, but there was a bunch of junk that I had to get rid of. Really? The wire's wrapped around the staple? That's not how you do wires. Hopefully this one comes out. There we go.